Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm just going to do a little, Mello and I are going to do a little tarot card reading for you today. Just fixing my phone a little. And don't have much storage, so it'll just be not long, but a little quick reading. And it's a general reading, so it's a reading for who feels that this fits for them. So it's not a reading in particular for one designated person, but those people who feel it's right for them will know if this is for them, the reading, or not. Yeah, I know. I agree too, kitten. Yes. Okay. So my card that I have, the first one's called the Fool. So I'm getting someone feels that they have something within themselves, and they feel that the information that they have is, yeah, Mello agrees, true and correct, and that they're right, and that they're going to make someone look very foolish. But however, they're actually wrong, and they're not going to make anyone look foolish except for themselves. So just be careful if you have any information or think that you have information that's correct. Make sure it is correct, because if it's not, you are the one who's going to end up with a bullet in your foot, because you're going to look very foolish and also look like you're causing problems, which really shouldn't be happening. And it's aiming at somebody, so someone's going to direct some information. So this could be, you could be the person who's receiving it, and someone's got information they believe about you and they believe it's correct, but it's not. Just know that within yourself that karmically that person is not true, and what they're thinking is incorrect, and it will come back to bite them, and in a very unpositive life, and also in a way that's very embarrassing for them. But that's their own fault for not checking things correctly and making sure that they got the right information and they've got the right person or persons or thing that they're talking about, because they will only look foolish, no one else. Next card I have is called the Nine of Wands. So there's been trouble brewing around a situation that's been happening, and there's somebody that you can help emotionally, help the stability of the waters, but that's up to you if you feel you have the strength to be able to help that person. If you cannot, that's something that only you know within yourself, but someone's wanting your help and needing your help. But there's someone who's having a lot done to them behind the scenes that they are not aware of. Mello agrees. And they're feeling very emotional themselves, and they need a friend to hold out their hand and say, I'm here, I'm your friend, it's okay, it's okay, you know it's okay, things will work out. But you need this friend to hold out their hand. But there is somebody there, and they will be there for you, and they will come at the right time to be able to help you. And just remember, sometimes we can take so much by ourselves, and sometimes there's a time when we need someone else to help us. We need that extra little hand of a person to say, are you okay? Are you all right? Because sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes things are not always as good and well as what we can perceive things are. So my next card is the Queen of Wands. So this is around the time of August, Leo. It's around the time of August when these things are happening, and it's getting strength back into your system, your body. Something you're going through, you're going to be able to get stronger around the time of August, July, June, August. And August is going to be the area where you actually ascertain more strength within yourself and not letting people put you down or trigger emotions within you, because what you have within yourself is very kind and compassionate and caring. But remember, be mindful with things that are happening in your life. Try not to be too openly honest and keep some things private, because sometimes saying too much can be even though we want to, when we're good people, to say the right things and tell people, sometimes people use that against us, for against human people, because some people just, I don't know, sometimes I wonder if some people get their jollies from creating drama and sadness and emotional bullying and uncaring stuff about people, rather than trying to be kind and caring and compassionate and work together with people, rather than telling everybody something that they believe is true, which actually is not. So just know that there's something going on, something's happening, but make sure you have the right information of what's going on, and be brave and be strong. Because if, going back to the first card this leads to, if you have something that turns out to be wrong and incorrect, you're going to look so very foolish. Be strong, make sure you're thorough, and also make sure you're right, because if you're not, no one else is going to be foolish looking. You need to be strong and be careful and be kind and compassionate, but you will get strength back in around August. You'll be a stronger person within yourself. I see that within the time of August, the seas are calmer and it's not as rocky, and the emotions that are going on and happening will not be happening as much. They'll be much lower, and things will be a lot happier in the way that it possibly could be. It's also a personal struggle. So there's a personal struggle within self, and it's a struggle to be kinder, caring, and more compassionate to yourself. You're overdoing too much, you're doing way too much. You're taking your time to do things to help everybody else, and then you're feeling exhausted. You need to help yourself, look after yourself, be content, caring, compassionate, but really look after who you are. You need to have time to just do some breathing, relaxation, a little bit of meditation if you can, but you need to take time within yourself. And remember, sometimes we fight with ourselves. We are sometimes we are our worst own enemies, fighting within ourselves, constantly beating ourselves up. You are beautiful in how you are, in your presence. Be kind to yourself, be caring to yourself, and look in that mirror and realize how beautiful you are as a person. Believe it, it's true. Be kind to yourself, and you want people around you who are kind, compassionate, and caring as well. So we do have quite a lot of argument, fighting, sort of a lot of stuff that's creating. And as I'm saying that, I'm hearing sirens, like police sirens, and it's like someone's causing trouble, and the person who's causing trouble is someone who somehow is involved with something to do with police, and I don't know in what way or how, but the person is causing problems and trouble, and that's something that they are creating themselves. Nobody else are creating these problems because of things that they feel are right, are true, are correct, but they're in fact not. And just be mindful, if you have anyone around you who is thinking that way about something, just know that someone's thinking something, and it's a bit, they really believe that they've got something, an ace up their sleeve with something that's happening that's quite negative, and believing that their information is true and correct and right. And I'm telling you it's not, and that's going to cause more fight, more disharmony, more upsetment, and at the end of the day, it's not going to help the situation. It's going to fuel the fire. It's going to fuel the fire. And whoever this is against or up against, that person, whoever this is up against, is not going to lie down for nothing that they've not done. And they're going to win this argument, because they've done nothing wrong. Whoever they are, they will win. You have to start to look at yourself and realize that whoever you are that's seeing this or feeling this, or that there's somebody who's trying to create problems and drama, and that Try not to be a follower, follow the leader. Try and be someone who can walk by themselves and walk within their heart's content and have love and discernment and kindness in their system, rather than someone who's always having to argue and fight, because that doesn't help anybody and it doesn't help you at all. And there's someone who's having lots of people talking about them, and this person feels the energy, and there's people want to stick the knives in one after the other, after the other, after the other. It's follow the leader. These people are following the leader and wanting to stick their knife in and have a go. And we've all got the same system. We're all going to the same place with this, and that is that someone's trying to have a go and make something purely incorrectly wrong seem like it's true, and they believe it's true. They really believe it's true. They don't believe it's not true. They believe it is true, and they're attacking, and they're attacking in a group. And you're better to stay away from people who are doing that, because those type of people always look to find fault or find disharmony in people, because that's part of their system within them. They actually feed from, Mellow agrees, this type of information. And remember, don't let others, what they say about you, I know this is hard because I know this myself, don't let what other people say about you come to your ears and be something that continually goes on and on and on, and you retell yourself all these things that people are saying about you. These people don't know you. These unkind, uncooperative people who are trying to stick the dagger in, they don't know who you are. They don't know the kindness in your soul or the love that you have around you. They don't know you. You know yourself. Don't be swayed to doubt who you are. You know who you are. Be that lovely, kind, gentle person that's within you. Don't turn to the tables because you feel so insecure or sad or upset that you start to believe what other people are saying about you, because it's not true. You are a beautiful person, a kind person, a good person, but you also do too much for people sometimes. You're doing way too much and you're not realizing your balance. Mellow agrees with that too. And card we have now is the Three of Pentacles. So money is coming to you in some way, and there's money coming. It's not a great big deal, but it's money in where you'll be able to have more comfortability and help you through a circumstance where it's been quite hard, and financially it's been a time of problematic situations, and or you're able to possibly get there and help somebody yourself, or the other way around. Either way, it's a positive thing. It's a positive outlook. Being able to have some financial help can lift so much off the burden of worries and things like that. The large majority of people who actually have breakups and divorces and things like that, a lot of that is actually due to financial tightening of the belts and things being way too strong in their life, and that the just trying to pay the bills and get things done between couples can just destroy the relationship, because people are struggling so much in this day and age. And it's very hard for not just a little people but quite a lot of people. And financially, the wages that they pay people are no different really to when I was in my 20s, which was a long time ago, and they haven't really risen, but the costs of living have got higher. And even though we have politics as we do in all of our countries, sometimes the dictatorship is greed, and they're after greed, and they're not thinking about the middle range person, the mean person, or the person who's below the financial stability, where they're actually struggling a little. And people sometimes aren't thinking about those people who need the help the most. But I feel somehow some changes are going to happen to help people in the long run. I don't know when, but I just feel some changes are going to happen. So we have the Emperor, and it's about, the way I see this is about embracing who you are as a person. Know that you are good, you are kind, you are loving, that you are supportive. There is like travel, I can say travel, and either you've traveled, not everybody gets to travel, by the way, but I see travel, but worldly travel, someone who's very seen a lot of things. Yes, and Mellow agrees with that. And so a lot of, okay, I'll tell them. And the, okay, yes, now, okay, so apparently you're going to be traveling now. There's some, and then you'll be laying down apparently. Now, okay, so you'll be traveling now. Some option of something's going to come up where you're going to be meeting, seeing, or being a part of something that's quite important in your life. And there's someone who's watching this that travel, and there's an importance of you going to visit, see, or be with somebody, something that's going to change your destiny and life. And it's going to be something very loving and caring, and it's going to change the way that you look at things, emotionally and physically as well. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles, quite a bit of financial, yes, Mello says, so that there's quite a bit of financial stability there. And it's someone who, I think that this is someone who's financially quite stable. However, they feel so sad within themselves, like getting to feel in touch with who they are has been emotionally quite hard, and that all they're wanting is to feel like they fit in and feel normal, but also feel like they love, and they really love. Yes, it's very true, Mello. That's what Mello thinks, and you have to lay down and relax and have some kindness to yourself. But the most important thing is you need to love who you are. You need to start to look in the mirrors and realize how beautiful you are as a person. You do so much behind the scenes to try and be kind and compassionate and caring for people. And sometimes you do it at the element of feeling unwell yourself. But you have travel, something's coming up where there's going to be somewhere where you're going where I don't think you've ever been before, but it's going to change your life on a heart level. But before that happens, you need to start loving yourself. You can never find love until you love who you are as a person. If you're always looking for love, you'll never find it, because when we feel love, we're feeling the love within our own heart. You can feel the respect that someone gives you and how they treat you, but love itself is something that's divinely within our own hearts. So I have the Three of Wands, 3 decisions, 3 really important decisions. Politically, there's some things that are happening, and some very important things happening around you and your place where you live. I don't know where that is. I'm seeing how something being brought or being part of something to do with collaborative with house, and also thinking there's a thought of distance. So someone that is going to come into your life and there's distance, and you're sort of scared of the distance, but you're only scared of distance because of you're not sure how it will be with this person in your life, and to let you know that person's a good person and they're not someone you need to worry about them being unfaithful, disloyal. They're a good person, they're a kind person, and they have a lot of love and intelligence in their life. But you need to start loving yourself. You can't palm and keep palming things off onto other people. You need to love truly who you are. God made you as a beautiful vessel and made you so special, and you need to look and love who you are and be kind and compassionate to yourself. So this is my card. Every card reader reads things differently, and we all are different how we read things. However, I have noticed when I've looked on YouTube with tarot card readers, which I find this metaphysically quite interesting, is most readers, we all sort of tap onto similar things. I noticed this just recently, and I thought this is, and it shows metaphysically that we are all connected in life. We are all part of the Atma, the Om, the universe, the everything. And we are, but we work best when we have love in our heart, kindness in our soul, and we tell ourselves beautiful things about ourselves. Stop fighting the world. Love who you are and be part of the world. Go out there into the world. Make this life your beautiful life that you have, that you love, and that you need. And there is someone also here who has, it's like we have a lost animal. It could have been physically lost or could have passed away. And from that, we're having the thought of another type of animal or some type of animal, which is going to help the bond of your heart to love and feel love and kindness, and help you feel that void which has been gone, and make it feel so happy again. In the days when you come home, you've got something to come home to that's loving and happy. It makes you feel so very special. And try and get through each day with love in your heart, and know that everybody is struggling, no matter who you are in this world, no matter what we do, no matter what we have. Most all people are struggling, but it's really important to try and be a good person, be kind, compassionate. Try not to swear, try not to think bad things about people, have love in your heart, don't do wrong things, be always a good person, and try and always be the better part of yourself, and always think the best you can. And if you have jealousy within yourself, jealousy is because we don't trust. And a lot of times when people have jealousies, because things, sometimes what they've been through in the past. However, also it can be because that person themselves doesn't know how to trust themselves. And because they don't know how to trust themselves, they're jealous with other people or other situations. And in humanity, sometimes people in life actually feel very conflicted when they see people who are happy. And sometimes people will strike out against those people who are happy or doing well, or people are giving them applause for they've done something special. Those people who try and bring people like that down, a lot of the time are not happy within themselves. And it's important to be kind, caring, compassionate and loving, but it's also important that if anyone is wrongly bullying you, articulating unkind words, or walking past you and laughing, and physical things which are all part of a disrespect of people, please say something. If you don't say anything, no one will know, and that will never change. And you must, even though it's hard for us to say things, and I know that myself, please try and stand up for yourself, but also think positively, and don't give away too much about yourself, because people sometimes like to have as much ammunition as they have so they can fire it back to you. Not all people, but some people do. So someone's drinking or taking drugs, or there's someone around you and the person's not looking after themselves. I don't know if it's someone's son or child or themselves, but I feel it's a second party. It's not the person, it's someone around them, someone you're hoping gets well, gets better, looks after themselves. And they need to try and get help within who they are, but you have to be very careful about how you guide them into seeking help, because they don't know how to get the help they need. Plus, not only that, they're not quite sure of if someone says that they need some help, they feel personally like they're being attacked. But it's someone who's, I don't feel they're someone who's working. I think it's someone who's not working. But it's something to do with an older sort of teenage child, but someone who's really struggling within themselves socially and physically. And we have the Hermit, so someone staying home, doing a lot, but their worst competitor towards themselves, that they're not helping themselves. Things won't change until you try and take that first foot in front of the other. And as soon as you take that first foot in front of the other, things will start to change in life. Believe, and you're halfway there. Achieve, and you can achieve. So I'm just going to do 3 last cards. So someone is hiding from either from you, or you could be hiding from somebody else. And if you're too scared to tell somebody or say something to somebody or let them know who you are, then that's on you, that's not on somebody else. And if you feel so much that you don't want someone else to know who you are, you need to look at yourself. No matter who you are in the world, somebody, whoever this person is, I feel that they will not like you because of what you have or do, or vice versa. They like you for who you are as a person, and that right person will like you for who you are, and you won't have to be somebody else. You'll be able to feel comfortable that you are the person you are, but you must start to look in the mirror and love who you are. We can't find love externally without internally loving who you are. So second last card, and it's a spiritual connection. And so this person is someone that I feel you've spiritually connected with before in some physical, not physical where you've seen them physically, as in face to face, skin touch each other, but it's like you've seen them or met them online or talked to them somehow without them knowing. It's someone that is going to meet somebody that they haven't physically met, and it's when they meet each other, it will be a connection from the heart. That will be how you know it's that right person. But you can't always get there and think, I want this, want this, want this, want this, want A, want B, and C, and D. And if they haven't got it, well, I just don't want it. Because not everybody has A, B, C, and D. And sometimes you can meet that person and there's just something it's like you've met them from another world, from another time, from another place, and you're destined as souls to meet together. And it's having faith. Have faith that you can get well. Have faith that you can be loving to yourself. Have faith that your life can change dramatically in a great good way. And it's possible, it will. Just have that faith within yourself. Okay, last card. And I pick my cards very differently to other readers. Okay, I feel everything I've just spoken about is you have that happiness key, the lock, the key, a lot like Louis the 16th, who used to be very interested in locks and the barrels and how they opened and how they were created and things like that. And it's like your heart. You need to put your key in your heart and turn that lock to start to love who you are as a person. You can find happiness and you can find peace. 3 doves there. 3 is a very poignant number. I feel that angels are around you and helping, guiding you to the right place. You need to start to love yourself. You really need to start to love yourself and know that there are special people around you that are kind, caring and compassionate. But you have to believe, and lovely things can happen in your life. Not everybody's life is fantastically wonderful every day. We do live in a world which is sometimes not predictable, But if we can try and get a vision of feeling, I'm okay, it's alright, I'm a lovely person, I'm beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with telling yourself you're beautiful. God made you in His image, regardless of who or what you look like. You are beautiful to Him. He wants the best for you. And this is why He sacrificed His life, to want the best for His children, for who is around Him. It's so important to love you, yourself, and your body. And there's someone who's not eating properly either. I picked this up before, and while we're on this last card, I will say that you need to start getting your diet in order. A lot of your emotions are due to what you are eating and not eating. You need to get yourself to a dietitian to be able to help you, but also you need to help yourself by whatever they say they feel can help you. You need to be on that same channel to realize, I can change my life. You can change your life. You can believe amazing things can happen. And you know what? If you're strong enough and you believe it hard enough, it can happen. If you're unwell and sick and you've been told you've got not long much left to live in life, if you can hold on to that thought that you will get well, you are healing, you are getting well, and tell yourself that 5 times in the morning, 5 times in the afternoon, 5 times in the evening. Dramatic things will change in your body. There's so many evidences that point in the direction of you can get well and you can overcome things if you can only believe. So I hope this reading was lovely and kind and meant sense to some people. And from my heart, my name's Electra. Sorry about my hands. I had little warts burnt off of my hands, and it was so painful last night. So painful. So I had big blisters. But I send you love and kindness, compassion and care. And remember, be kind to yourself. Because if you can't be kind to yourself, you're not helping yourself at all. And if you see somebody without a smile today, give them one of yours. Have a lovely day. God bless.